Hello, my name is Carrie Weimer, and I'd like to read for you a story called Scary Mouse. This story is by Alan MacDonald. And this also happens to be one of my favorite stories to tell my grandchildren. In a small hole behind a closet under the stairs, there lived a large family of mice. The youngest was called Squeak. Squeak was a small mouse, a scared mouse, and a stay-at-home mouse. One evening, Squeak was woken up by his sister Nibbles. "Let's go to the kitchen," she said. "I've just seen something yummy. A chocolate cake and as big as a wheel." Squeak loved chocolate, but he was very scared. "What if I get lost?" he worried. "What if we meet a big ginger cat with green eyes?" "The ginger cat's asleep," said Nibbles. "I know how to keep you from getting lost." Nibbles found a big ball of string and tied one end around Squeak. "There," she said. "All you have to do is follow the string and you'll find your way home." They scurried out of the mouse's hole and in the dark, shadowy hall. Squeak kept close to Nibbles, trailing the string behind him. But as they crossed the hall, Squeak saw a long, strippy tail. "It's a cat! It's a cat!" he cried. Squeak ran this way and that and willy-nilly round and back. "Don't be silly," said Nibbles. "It's only a scarf." Squeak slowly came out of his hiding place. Nibbles and Squeak scampered through the dining room, under the table and under the chairs. But just as Squeak was about to eat a cookie crumb, he saw two eyes gleaming in the dark. "It's a cat! It's a cat!" he cried. Squeak ran this way and that, willy-nilly and round and back. "Don't be silly," said Nibbles. "It's only a toy." Squeak smiled nervously. They crept into the den and past the fireplace and past the ticking clock. Suddenly Squeak froze in his tracks. There, peeling above the edge of the armchair, was a head with two sharp ears. "It's a cat! It's a cat!" he cried. Squeak ran this way and that, willy-nilly and round and back. "Don't be silly," said Nibbles. "It's only a pillow." "Silly me," said Squeak. The two mice tiptoed into the kitchen, across the floorboards, and past the cupboard. Squeak peeped inside. He shivered and shook. There in the shadows was something furry. "It's a cat! It's a cat!" he cried. Squeak ran this way and that, willy-nilly, round and back. "Don't be silly," said Nibbles. "It's only a feather duster." "Whew!" said Squeak. Just then Nibbles spotted the chocolate cake in the fridge. It didn't take them long to find their way up to it. Soon their paws and whiskers were sticky with chocolate. "Yummy," said Nibbles. "I could eat all day." Squeak was a hungry mouse, but always a worried mouse, a scared mouse. "I want to go home, mouse." So Nibbles scrambled down the fridge, and Squeak and the cake followed. They heaved the cake across the floor. But just as they reached the door, a shadow fell across their path. "It's a cat! It's a cat!" cried Squeak. "Don't be silly," said Nibbles. "It's only the cat." "Oh, the cat!" Run, Squeak!" Squeak ran this way and that, willy-nilly, round and back. The big ginger cat narrowed her eyes and opened her claws. "Eek!" Pounce, but the cat found himself caught in the web of string. The more he struggled, the more he became tangled, until soon he was tied up like a fat ginger package. A mad cat, a sad cat, a feeling like a full cat. Squeak was no longer a small mouse or a scared mouse. He was bold as a lion mouse. And the next time he met Big Ginger Cat, he just said, "Boo!" The end. Thank you very much.